Game Clique.
Let's talk about Black Samurais, baby. Let's talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows. We all watched the trailer, right?
We did.
Indeed.
What's our?
I didn't even watch the trailer before I realized exactly what was going to happen, though. The moment I saw the key art, I said, "Oh, another boycott is happening."
Oh wow, really?
Just immediate. I already went through the entire timeline before my timeline adjusted. I was like, we're going to get some. Why is there a black man in Japan? And why is he a samurai? Like, just all of it. So
which is so crazy because I feel like, you know, as kids we all dreamed of an era where we were able to see ourselves like in these characters, to see black characters in our narratives and in our games especially. And now, like, I saw the leak yesterday. I guess it leaked a little bit early that Yasuke was supposed to be one of the main protagonists in the game. And I remember seeing it and wanted to be so happy. But, you know, immediately, like you said, knowing Duke, I was like, okay, this is just, it's inevitable what's about to happen.
Like, yeah. I can't even enjoy it because of all the political backlash. And I just got a real question. When is the rapture going to happen? Because I am sick of this planet. Like, as a non-Christian, I've been waiting faithfully because it is time. Like, people got to go. Like, this experiment should be over. I know Jesus is black because he ain't come back for his kids yet. It's time. Hey, I've been waiting since 2019, if I'm being real. Like, every year it's just been like, what? Why? Who? Like, it's just not fun anymore. This thing is not great for me.
He ain't coming.
Yeah, it's rough, and like I said, it's a shame because this is everything that little Sergio wanted, was to see more black characters in his games, and now it just genuinely feels like there's an issue with that. But we've been playing white narratives for our whole lives, still do, realistically, right? You know, so yeah, it was disappointing to see. But I thought overall, you know, the trailer, I'm excited. I haven't been excited for an Assassin's Creed. I think I told you all a little bit before we started recording. I haven't played one in years. And so I'm very excited to see, you know, what narrative they take and see how they approach the dual protagonist. Has that ever happened? I don't play these games now. Has dual protagonist been a thing in Assassin's Creed before?
Yeah, since Syndicate, I think, it was one of the first time it was introduced.
I do. Okay. So this is speculation, right? So Assassin's Creed have had multiple protagonists, but it's normally, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's normally you have to pick one, and that's who you play as throughout the entirety of the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Syndicate. Yeah. I think Syndicate was you could do either or at any point in the story, I think.
Okay.
I didn't play Syndicate, but I do believe, because it was a brother-sister combo. That was the way that one worked. Okay. Valhalla was like, you could be a man or a woman, and it was the same story no matter what kind of thing. So that, to my knowledge.
Yeah, Odyssey and Valhalla were both like that, where it was a male and female protagonist, and you had to pick either or, and that's who you played as throughout the game. So I'm reading the description because you can kind of pre-order it on Xbox and Steam and the PlayStation Store. And it says here the verbiage is become a shinobi and a samurai. Become I can't pronounce her name, Neo, a shinobi assassin, or Yasuke, a legendary samurai, as you experience the riveting stories and master their complementary playstyles. So I'm thinking that you play as both of them and you don't choose which one you play as throughout the game. Like maybe like some like Spider-Man 2 kind of swapping back and forth.
Possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it opens up, because, you know, Assassin's Creed is also experimented with an online mode too as well. So I think there'll probably be some experimentation for that. And it also wasn't a terrible online mode, like the Brotherhood edition. So I think it's opening up for that as well. But we will see. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it'll be more of the ways where it's like you can choose either one of these characters and then tackle the missions the way you want. I think clearly Yasuke is going to be more in your face combat, and Kanuchi, Nail as a Kanuchi, you know, you can stick to the shadows and do what you want kind of there.
I do think you brought up a really good comparison though in Spider-Man 2, and one that I worry about is a lot of people had trouble with the narrative of Spider-Man 2 because of the two protagonists and the balance of it. And so, seeing this formula, I'm hoping this doesn't have the same thing, because I don't know if people are going to be willing to give Ubisoft as much grace for an unbalanced story experience as they would in Insomniac right now. I think we're pretty critical of Ubisoft a lot of times. So I think this is important.
As we should be.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%, 100%.
That's what makes me even upset about this timeline, because it's like, I don't want to fucking defend Ubisoft. Like, they just signed that racist ass mobile game. Like, this is a weird ass timeline rapture now, please. Like, so, here we are.
Yeah,
I do want to make point. The game is years old now. But Assassin's Creed Origins, they also did a thing where it's like, for the majority of the game, you played as I forget his name, but the African, the Egyptian, and then at some point you switched over to one of the female lead protagonists as well. So only for a quick couple of missions that they came back. So they just have a history with doing this kind of thing, and it'll be interesting to see exactly which version of different protagonists they'll take for this game. I know you said you were excited. I saw the black man, I saw the Kanushi. I said, oh, this looks interesting. But if I gotta be real, I kind of fell out with Assassin's Creed when Desmond died. And I'm like, and I know there's some continuity where like he's still around through like some systems or whatever. But the original Assassin's Creed story was wiped. And so I kind of fell out from there. And then the fact that there hasn't been any gameplay. Like, I used to be so gung-ho about these CGI trailers, and I just can't do that anymore. And if I'm not mistaken, Ubisoft is behind Watch Dogs too, right?
Yeah.
So I can't even get excited when the gameplay trailer drops, because that ain't real either with this particular company. So it's like,
So to be fair, right? Again, I normally don't jump up to defend Ubisoft or the multi-million-dollar corporation, but this was supposed to be the reveal. Like, this was supposed to be how we found out about Yasuke, and then the leak kind of stole the trailer.
Happened like 24 hours before.
Yeah, so I totally get that we all want to see gameplay, but we are getting into like the E3 season, and Ubisoft's probably going to have their Ubisoft Forward, where they probably do show more like actual gameplay footage.
That's what I was gonna say. I think for pretty much all the
VGAs, you got something against the VGAs? You want to name it the fuck
Summer
ass?
Game Fest.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I think Summer Games Fest is very important for a lot of these publishers right now, right? And there's just some of the stories that we're seeing just around the industry right now. And so I think if they do show gameplay, that's where it's gonna be. So I don't think we're too far removed from gameplay. But I agree. It's very hard to get excited over CGI trailers these days. I do have hope. Ubisoft did put out one banger this year, and the Lost Crown, the Prince of Persia game. I really did enjoy that one. I'm hoping they can continue to this streak, because and unfortunately, like you said, we're rooting for Ubisoft in this situation, but I really just want the racists to be mad that they created a great game with great marginalized protagonists, and we can roll their faces in it. So I as long as the game is good, I have to see gameplay first, but I will be purchasing if the gameplay looks good. I'm in the same corner as Duke. I need to see gameplay first.
Yeah, I'm just also, I know that I don't want to stick with them, but I'm also tired of them. Can they just go away? Like,
the racists?
It is so inauthentic for white people to be upset on behalf of Japanese people. Have you not bombed them? I'm sick. Like, you do not actually care about what's happening. You just mad that there's a black man on the cover.
And I mean, we literally just talked before we went live. Neo, you play as a Irishman in Japan, and then The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, and like this outsider in Japan story is not new. It's clear that they're mad because there's a black guy.
And it's just so ironic to me, because it's usually the same gaming crowd that says, oh, this generation's too sensitive, or, you all are crying over everything. You guys are, snowflakes is what they use, right? Like, and it's, like they tell a historically accurate, tale about a black samurai, and it's an issue. So it's like, like you said, they're exposing themselves. What are you really upset about? Say the full thing.
To focus on things that matter, like universal health care and washing their legs. Like these two things I think should be the priority right now. Universal health care for Americans and wash your legs.
Especially to wash your legs.
Yeah, you do need to like actually bend down like feet too.
Like bend down,
Get under the feet.
soap, apply, and then do the other leg, please.
So this anti-DEI in gaming specifically crowd, like they're 0-1 because they tried to boycott Stellar Blade and it did really well. So rooting for them to go.
This was the game they also wanted too. So it's so weird. Like they don't have logic. They don't have I didn't buy Stellar Blade just because I wasn't interested. And I wasn't about to be here on the internet and be like, don't buy Stellar Blade. I played the demo when I played that demo for like 15 minutes. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Not my bag of tea.
Yeah. I might go back and give it a shot. Some people that were on the same page as me with the demo, they played the full version. They were like, no, you know what?
They say the combat opens up and gets more expansive, but I'm like, it ain't going to get Bayonetta expansive, so I don't care. I need this is the kind of current action games that I want right now. I'm just kind of over the whole Souls-like gameplay experience.
See, that's so funny because I just started my Souls-like journey. Like I had never played one until I think a few months ago. I think when what really sold me on playing Elden Ring for the first time was the Shadow of the Erdtree trailer. When that dropped, I said, okay, I have to play this. Let me go ahead and bought it on my PlayStation the same day. Immediately fell in love with it, right? Beat that game. I immediately went to the PlayStation Store. I saw Bloodborne was on PlayStation Plus. So now
you Bloodborne. That is a classic.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm currently playing through Bloodborne as we speak. That's in my rotation right now. So it's interesting you said that though, because I've been wanting to try Stellar Blade because my Souls-like journey has been so young, and I want to keep exploring it. But at the same time, Stellar Blade's just typically not a game I would play, I guess. But the combat does look fun. So I just want to
suggest not to take anything from Stellar Blade, but if you're going to venture into something that's not from FromSoft, check out Lies of P. That is relatively new. That's pretty good. Lies of P is pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. That's definitely going in that might be next up. I gotta finish Bloodborne first though. That one's giving me a doozy right now for sure.